Good morning. We're here today to talk about Iran conflict from 1953 until today. First, I would like us to present ourselves. My name is Constanza Alcolea and I'm from Penn University.
My name is Eugenia Gomez and I am from UCLA.
My name is Jenny Ibarra and I'm from Stanford University.
My name is Ana Valencia and I'm from Harvard.
My name is Jimena Martinez and I'm from Yale University.
Now, a little background. First, from 1794 to 1925, there was the Qajar dynasty in Iran.
Then, in 1925, Reza Khan overthrew this dynasty.
Later, in 1941, Britain and Russia invaded Iran, so Iran made connections with Germany.
But in the same year, Britain, USSR, and India wanted resources from Iran.
Also, Iran sells oil and only wins 60% of the profit.
Yes, and in 1951, the prime minister is assassinated and replaced by Mohammad Mossadegh.
So Mohammad Mossadegh wanted 50% of the profit of oil, but he was rejected.
So then, in 1951, he nationalized oil.
Okay, now, moving on. In 1953, there was the Iranian coup d'etat. Can someone say something about it?
Well, the coup d'etat is when the rebels in a country overthrew the leader of the nation.
It was powered by UK and USA, and they did it because of the nationalization of petroleum. Okay.
Then this was later called Operation Ajax. That was an operation manipulated by the British Secret Intelligence Services and the CIA. And the first preliminary support period, mass production, propaganda, and then military intervention.
You're right. Now, in 1963, the Shah started to modernize. At least he tried to modernize Iran. Does anyone know anything about it?
Well, I also know that in 1963, President Eisenhower, former President of the United States of America, advised all the nations of the world not to support Iran in any kind of terms.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting. And also, the modernization was called White Revolution, and the Shah started to depend a lot on the Savak, that was a secret police. And everyone knows what the secret police does. Not good things. Okay, now moving on. In 1978, the Iranian Revolution starts. Does anyone know anything about it? Yes.
It was also called the Islamic Revolution. It started with a popular movement. It was also called the Islamic Revolution. It started with a popular democracy movement and it ended with the establishment of the world's first Islamic state.
Yes, and during this revolution, thousands of religious school students took to the streets, and the Shah assumed that this was a national conspiracy against him, so he killed thousands of Iranians.
This revolution turned Iranian society upside down and became one of the defining moments of the 20th century.
One of the most important leaders was Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who returned from Iraq because he was hiding in Iraq and France. Okay, and the revolution ended in 1979.
Before moving on, Saddam Hussein was an important actor of the Iran-Iraqi war. He had great aspirations, and one of them was to expand its country and to lead Middle East. By achieving these goals, he wanted to attack Iran and get new oil fields.
In 1980, the Iran-Iraq war started by Hussein attacking Iran.
This war was one of the bloodiest yet, as tensions between the two countries date back to biblical times.
The causes of this war were many, but some of them, and like the most important one, was the one that resulted in the 60 War for territorial issues.
Yes, that's right. And another main cause were the cultural differences between the two countries.
I personally think that Hussein was just taking advantage of Iran because they were vulnerable because of the revolution.
As others believe, maybe cultural problems should be left behind and just resolve what is affecting everyone.
The consequences of this war were similar for both countries. It stabilized the political systems and deteriorated the economy. Both countries were pushed into a deep crisis.
The number of casualties was enormous but equally unknown.
Estimates of total casualties range from 1 million to twice that number, which I think that it's alarming. The number killed on both sides was perhaps 500,000, with Iran suffering a lot.
Another thing that happened in 1980, other than starting the war, was the first presidential election.
And they also exiled the Shah.
Then in 1988, 290 passengers and crew from the Iranian Airbus were shot by USS Vincennes.
But remember, in that same year, Iran accepts ceasefire agreement with Iraq.
In 1989, Khomeini ordered to kill Salman Rushdie for his novel The Satanic Verses because it was an insult for the Islam.
In 1990, there was an earthquake in Iran which killed 40,000 people.
In the same year, Iran and Iraq restored diplomatic relations, and Iraq agreed to Iranian terms for the settlement of the war. The withdrawal of Iraqi troops from occupied Iranian territory.
Okay. Later, in 2002, the US President George Bush calls Iraq, Iran, and North Korea the axis of evil, and that outrages Iranis. And in 2004, conservatives regained control in Iran in Irani elections because the reformists were thrown out of the elections.
I think that today it is still like a really great problem in the Middle East, and the United States cannot like intervene in that problems.
The intervention of United States in any problem never ends well. So I think that having USA intervention is clearly a sign that things won't ever be well.
Well, I believe that Middle East countries emerge from different colonies, so they always need support from a different power. So that's why the big powers like USA intervene in their conflicts.
But they don't actually give them like a great support. United States is not giving a great support to Iran and Iraq. They are only like killing a lot of people.
Well, yes, but nowadays probably USA first USA was in the side of Iraq, but now they are fighting Iraq, so that's probably like a little a messy situation that is affecting everyone in the world.
And I think that the two countries should get over their cultural differences so they can have peace.
I think that USA should leave the conflict because until USA doesn't leave the conflict, the countries will be still dependent on USA and will never be successful countries and will never be able to rule themselves properly and accomplish what they want to be as a country. And I think that they can't, because when they do, it ends up with wars, such as Iraq and USA.
And also they need to respect the religion of each country.
I think both countries should control themselves to reach at one point the peace between them.
Peace in the Middle East is very important because, as you all may know, it's like the richest area of the world in oil. So having peace in that piece of territory will help everyone in the world to live peacefully.
Okay. Thank you all very much for coming. It's been a pleasure to debate next to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Very pleased. Merci.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.